Alright, so with me now officially playing an adequate amount of hours of this game, and now that I also officially suck a lot less than I did when I first started playing, I think it's safe to say that I could start talking about Session and why I think it's shaping up to become the best skateboarding game we have ever gotten, and excuse my bold statement, the best skateboarding game we will get in the foreseeable future, even with Skate 4 in the works down at EA. Before I go any further, I think it's worth noting the development behind this game, which is still in early access with no official release yet, but with updates every so often to further improve what they have. So Project Session, or now just called Session, has been in development since 2015 and got successfully funded through Kickstarter in 2017 and got its official Steam release out in 2019. You could say that it's been a rather independent project, pretty much like Skater XL, the lesser new skateboarding simulation game released around the same time. Ever since Skate 3 came out back in 2010, every single month, I shit you not, I would habitually search up Skate 4 on Google in hopes of finding any ounce of news, always to just be let down by no news at all. After a few years of hopelessly searching and constant letdowns, only to find things on Skate for Cancer, I came across Project Session in its early development, and as rough as it looked at the time, it was extremely promising. I just want to say, I love Skate. Boy, do I love Skate. And anything that could fill that Skate void was pretty alright with me. Especially with a new control system that made the game a whole lot more challenging and looked like a major breath of fresh air from all the Skate 3, 2, and 1 that I played throughout the years. Unfortunately, being a PlayStation guy with no PC at the time, I was only able to play Skater XL until I got a computer and was finally able to give this a try. Because as much as I liked Skater XL for what it was, it felt extremely flat in a lot of areas, and I feel like Session made up for those flat spots while still being in early access. So first off, I just gotta start this and say, learning the controls to this game if you're not familiar with it, oh my god, it's so hard. I've been playing the Skate series since the very first, since when I was probably like 14, and those controls have been integrated in me throughout the years of just like countless hard playing. I was fortunate enough to get used to this style of controls from Skater XL, and oh man, even learning that destroyed me. It was like learning a whole new language. It took me the first 4 days to just get a grasp on doing things and not using the joystick to turn, which I honestly still do sometimes, as well as utilizing both joysticks to do your tricks instead of just the one. Even making the switch from XL to Session, there's so many subtle little things that they changed that made relearning the controls that much more frustrating. But in all honesty, I think that's just a me problem. There's an option in controller settings to change the control layout to that of Skate if you're unwilling to change. And sure, it might be easier, but you're really missing out on tricks such as Smiths, Impossibles, and pressure flips, just to name a few. As tempting as it is for me to go and slip back in my old comfortable ways, learning this new layout has not only made the game feel a lot more realistic, but it makes the trick payoff actually feel rewarding when you pull off something cool. No word of a lie, I think it took me till around hour 10 to pull off my first Smith, and oh boy. I think I stopped sucking around the 6 hour mark, considering I was doing a lot of fucking around in that time. It was almost like trying to play guitar the opposite way. Like, you knew how to do the tricks and things, but retraining that muscle memory is just a challenge in itself. My biggest struggle are grinds. I sucked in Skater XL with grinding, and it still carries over here. But like I said, hour 6 changed me, and then hour 10 made me. Oh yeah. The Donovan Strain and Bonesman challenges help further grasp the trick system down, and I really wish they had more of these instead of just a few. That's one of the couple things that I think Skater XL does a little bit better here. Even though Skater XL has an endless amount of tricks that might get boring after a while, you really get these tricks down because you had to, as they just throw you into really cool spots that you might miss casually skating around. So I hope they add more of these in the future, since the challenges in Session are way better than the monotonous XL. I gotta hand it to Session for making the challenges actually difficult, though. It took me so long to get that nollie crook kickflip out at the pyramid ledges with Donovan, but even though it took forever, I walked out of there actually able to do some things finally, almost. They also have historic challenges which you have to discover and come across yourself, as well as daily and weekly challenges, but there's only 4 you can really do at once, but the challenges do have some length to them. When you're doing the challenges, I love the personality that they give to Donovan Strain. I definitely laughed a few times from the witty things that he said. After doing the Donovan and Bonesman challenges, you unlock everything, and I was surprised at the level of customization considering you go so long playing as this. Let's go and transport to our apartment, shall we? Which is so cool and suiting to the skateboarder vibe, might I add. And inside you have all the options you need to customize. You got your editing station, your skate table with all the different options you can scroll through, as well as a closet where you can customize your character completely and fully. I'm definitely stoked for the day I can change the face as well as the eyebrows of my skater. There's no reason for my eyebrows to be that refined, like I just paid $12 down at the mall for someone to do that for me. I ride skateboards. I would realistically be spending that money on a Monster Energy, a beef jerky, and a new issue of Trans World. This apartment is a nice touch though. Thank you, Crea-ture Studios. These guys understand and truly love skateboarding, and it really bleeds through to the point that you can't ignore it. There's so much detail and love poured into this game, especially when you get into the settings and figure out that you can tweak virtually everything. There's been no skateboarding game ever with these kinds of settings. Like, look at these! You'll definitely be going back and forth through here just to tweak them to your liking. I know that I have, and I still do, honestly. I love the ability to create and form your own style and freely change as you move forward. I just want different eyebrows though, let's be real here. You'd think that if you went forward a few days, since you can change the time in the settings, that your eyebrows would grow back, but sadly they don't. Another super radical feature in this game is the item drop, which I actually recently just got into. After completing your Bonesman challenges, you unlock all these skatable items and you can place them basically wherever. Though it still needs a lot of work, it's such a fun addition that spices things up, as I've definitely taken advantage of that at the first stretch of the Chatham Towers. Before buying this game, I was waiting for an update to reel me in. I'm currently playing version 0.08 and actually bought it the day after the release of the 0.08 patch, or the 0.000008, or however many zeros are in there. But aside from all the promising new features to make anyone want to hop on this hype train, the main reason I did buy this was because of the developers. I read the patch notes on everything they added in that mega update and respected the attitudes they had so much, as well as the mega dump of all these new features. Like, who opens their newest update with "Sup homies"? Crea-ture Studios does. They are developers who are listening to the fans and update their game accordingly. It sounds like they hear the criticisms and further form their product by working these criticisms out. There's no way I couldn't support that, considering how EA basically just abandoned Skate after the 3rd one and didn't give a care in the slightest about making another game until after Session and XL dropped, and they probably finally realized that there's actually a demand for skateboarding games and that they could cash in on it. Because if there's something that EA is known for and love doing, it's trying its absolute hardest to get inside of our wallets. And did they succeed? Yeah, actually. I was skeptical buying a new skateboarding sim while I wait for Skate 4, considering I paid $50 for Skater XL on my PlayStation 4 to be feeling pretty lackluster about this skate sim shit after my very last XL sesh, which was like last year sometime. But Session did not disappoint. Even the soundtrack is miles better than XL. If you got metalcore with panic chords and filthy breakdowns, bruh, say no more, that's my shit. This game has left nothing but a hopeful feeling on me that we might finally get the skateboarding game that we've always wanted, with the developers as passionate as we the fans are about skateboarding. I haven't dived into the mod side of things yet. This video is just about the core gameplay, but I'm interested in all the different maps you can download, skateboard designs, as well as anything you want from the looks of it. And might I add, this Discord server that I'm in is actually ran by the developers. These dudes are total homies to the community, and it's great. And that's what the core of skateboarding is community. Crea-ture Studios understands that more than any skateboarding game company ever will. I really hope with the official release that we will see a multiplayer mode, but I know these guys got things cooking up, and with the newfound resources that they now have, the future may and definitely will surprise us. If you're thinking of buying this game, I advise you to do it now while it's still in early access, since when it gets its official release, the price will go up. $22. Go buy it.